Oh, what's up, Baracho? Eric, how you doing? Rob, how you doing? Tom, how you doing? How's everybody? Goodness gracious. Glad to see you guys. Alright. It's 9 p.m. Let's see here. Goodness. How's everybody doing tonight? Hello, hello, hello. Torgy, how you doing this evening? Let me just get I'm trying to get the stream pulled up. Oh man, oh my. And all right. Just makes me feel better if I clean off the front facing camera. What is that? Calubus? Kentucky's in the building. How you doing? Torgy, man, it happens. You said you made some venison summer sausage and hot sticks and it turned out horrible. Lou Calamatis, how you doing this evening, sir? So they call you like Mr. K or something? I remember you saying you taught phys ed. They call you Mr. K or do they say Calamatis? Mr. K. Benji, how you doing? And it's Ayo, A-Y-E-Y-O. Ayo! Chris, how you doing this evening? I am, tonight, we got the mason jar. So you know what the mason jar means. Mason jar means we on that shine tonight. It's been a while since I had some clear. Is it me? All right. I'm trying to make sure my eyes aren't blurry. It's been a minute since I've had some clear, so clear is, but we have been friends forever. What is that? C. Rich, how you doing this evening? Oh, shoot, Chris, it's all right. Don't even worry about it. You know, there were times when I see other people indulging. I wish I could indulge. That's what's up. Bumpy. All right, so Benji's getting right into it. He says he has no patience cooking when his deadline is nearing to have his orders ready. So I've told you guys before, I try to cook a little bit more in advance so I don't have to worry about stuff like that. Ken, how you doing, man? It's been a minute. Joaquin, how you doing? If you guys haven't seen, Joaquin made some venison corned, well, it's corned beef brisket. So I guess it was corn venison? I don't know. All right. Bumpy said he's drinking a White Lightning himself. Dad Broke Barbecue, how you doing this evening? Joaquin, again, hello. Greg Jones, what's going on? This is clear and some iced tea. So this is a little bit of moonshine and some iced tea. Jessica, don't all you guys in here say hello at once, but hello. Delana, Delana, how you doing? Wow. Rampire, what's going on, man? How you doing? Jay, what it do? Holy cow, there are a lot of you guys here tonight. So, I really wanted to talk to you guys about being patient while cooking. Hey, Chuck, how are you doing this evening, sir? I wanted to talk to you guys about being patient while cooking. I have a friend, and my friend Travis, he pops in here every now and again. but I keep trying to get him to be patient and actually allow good to hear, Chuck. Allow the meats hit the temperatures that I suggest for him to hit. He's like, it's good enough. It's good enough. Do you guys get to that point too? Or do you guys just allow for that extra time to Yep, Ken said it's done when it's done. Kirk, how you doing this evening? Jessica, well, welcome to the channel. Welcome. So if you haven't or don't know already, on Wednesday nights at 9, which you're already ahead of the game because you're here, but we normally sit around and, we shoot the stuff. So get yourself your favorite beverage, adult beverage preferred, and we're going to sit back. The first hour of this live stream, I try to talk about the topic at hand, and we kind of not bounce ideas off of each other, but we talk about experiences. Let's put it that way, right? And then that second hour, what the second hour is more or less for open questions and us just, again, by the time we get to the second hour, we are really shooting the breeze, if you know what I mean. But welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for coming and joining in on the live stream. So Chuck says, hold on, let me get back. No patience for this guy. I always got to try to work in the garage at the same time I'm smoking. All right, Jack is funny. So I don't 100% believe Jack. Jack always says his barbecue tastes like an ashtray. I don't believe him. It's one of those modest guys. Chuck says don't rush the queue. Exactly. Greg says he's still trying to figure out how to make a good rub. Greg, I tell you, man, salt, pepper, garlic will get you a good flavor. Then you get your technique down. Once you get your technique down, to me, that's when you start want to mess with your flavors and your seasonings. But you can't mess with seasonings and flavors until you get everything else down pat. Chris from Cutting Board Smoker says, depending on the cut of meat, for brisket, he'll wait. But any of the meat, he'll speed it up when he's tired. Oh, man, that's a natural segue from last week to this week, which was kind of why I thought about that. Because I'm like, what haven't we talked about recently, or what haven't we talked about before? But being patient, and being patient while being tired, deadly combination. Joaquin says, I'll start cooking at dark 30 to nap or drink or other food prep. Exactly. I agree. This weekend I have an event, and actually you guys have seen me take food to this lady's house before. If you remember, this was a good year ago. I went to this lady's house and I told you guys a story about how I took the food in the house, and the young lady's mother recognized me. She said, "Oh, that's the man with the brisket." And she started doing a little happy dance, and that's when when I got back to my car, I told you guys, and I was telling you guys, I said, I wish I could bring a camera inside sometimes to see some of these reactions and interactions and things like that. But I just don't always feel comfortable sticking a camera right in someone's face, especially when they're not expecting it. So, Eric from Bracho Barbecue says, great channel, stick around. All right. Sean, how you doing? I guess he's talking about me. Oh, thank you, man. When you are planning your time while cooking, make sure you give yourself a large buffer so that when something, not if, so that when something goes wrong, he says, and it will, you have options. All right. Ken says, fennel? Oh, okay. I guess he wants to add fennel to the salt, pepper, and garlic. I sit back and have another adult beverage, and finish starting to get the shoot. I know, man. Especially when there's people watching, or when there's people that are there to eat, and they're there a little bit ahead of time for what is when things will be done. They're like, "Is it ready yet?" It's the worst thing kids like, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? How about now? Are we there yet?" No, it's don't ask me when it's done. It's done when it's done. Tom says, does not matter when what time he starts. It's never done when I think it's done. Yeah, you get to the point where you know about how much time it takes. Lou says it's done when it's done. That's the fun. Jay says more beer. I want to cook longer. I cook more beer. The longer I cook, the more beer I drink. So slow is key. That's what's up. Thank God for alcohol, Tom says. Tyler, how you doing, man? Look, we talking about mason jar barbecue. We got the mason jar out. Jay said he just brought some tri-tip faux brisket, man. You can't make faux brisket out of tri-tip. That's way too lean. Swig and Smoke, what's good with you? Uh, Never tried hot and fast. I don't particularly care to. I have a method that works for me. I can get briskets done in 8 hours. Some people will consider that hot and fast. I don't though. But I mean, if the brisket is small enough, I can get it done in 8 hours. Yeah, but you know what, Lou? There's beauty in being rushed. Because it doesn't allow you to rest on your laurels. So to me, there are times when, when it's crunch time and you have to get something done, there it's a blessing sometimes. Like this weekend, I started saying the woman I took food to before, she wants me to deliver briskets to her house by 12:30 on Saturday. That means I gotta get them started on Friday night. Body cam, just check your local law. Ken, what are you talking about there? Swig and Smoke says, what is patience? I cooked the day before. Rob, dude. Yo, I agree wholeheartedly. He says he cooks the day before and is rather stress-free. Yes, definitely. Ken says if you're early, then you're offering to help, and he'll give you a job to do. That's a nice punishment for coming in early. Douglas, how you doing, sir? Douglas McGee. I'm good, man. How are you doing? Luke Alamada says, father-in-law, is it done yet? I'm hungry. Me. Just like, no, it's not. Patience. What? 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 Yo, Chris from Halloween 810, he says, someone name dropped my tube channel on a Facebook post asking about good smoking YouTube channels on a smoking group you in. What? What? Someone talked about me and my I'm still so blown away that you guys want to hang out. Like, seriously, you guys watch my videos, you comment on the videos, all of those things, man. I'm so grateful and appreciative. Swig and Smoke says, like the new Instagram post, or mine or yours. Sam's Clubs had full packers. He bought 4 of them. Man, I wish I could afford to buy 4. Well, you had a good weekend this weekend. Did a 14-pound brisket in 5 hours. It was tender, but not much smoke. 14 pounds. Was it 14 pounds? Maybe. Did you trim anything off of it? Because you can easily trim off a pound or 2. And I mean, I don't see a problem with that. I don't. Pete Adams says, hey, yo, how you doing? Filming the people. Oh, body camera. They most likely won't notice if you get an actual mission. Use the footage after you can catch a natural reaction. You're right, Ken. I don't know. I have a GoPro I could probably mount on my person somewhere. It's lean, but if you do it right, it comes out tender. Most people think they will dry it out, the tri-tip, but the secret is in the cook. Well, Jay, you definitely have a leg up. You know how there are certain things where you cook often and you can do it in your sleep or half sleep? Jay, I'm sure you could probably take care of a tri-tip and it'd be delicious any way you sliced it, literally. Uh-huh. That's what's up. Yep, Mason Jar Barber, Tyler. I don't want him. You're absolutely right. You know, the key is patience, and once you get to the point where you're just like, nope, I'm not gonna rush this. I'm not gonna rush this, or you say, all right, it's taking a little bit longer. I'm gonna bump the temperature up from 250 to 275, or I'm gonna bump the temperature up from 250 to from 275 to 300. Some things can stand that little heat bump, other things cannot. See, Rich, that's a good problem to have. He says his issue isn't patience, his is taming the fire. He says he set up for 12 hours of smoking and end up done in 8 or 9 hours. If that is your problem, if you're cooking too fast and you want to slow things down, don't add as much wood. If you don't add as much wood, then the fire can't get as big. That's the biggest thing you can do to help slow things down. Oh, my post, man, that was just some salmon and some. So we had some. All right, let me talk about my dinner. So are you guys following me on Instagram? Those of you who are following me on Instagram, comment I. Right. Try my first briskets this weekend. Any tips? Cook it until it's done, Doug. I mean, seriously, it really isn't that hard. You really just have to use patience. Bring up your favorite sports team, cut up and your favorite players. That works. It's great. Nice. Well, Eric, that's what's up. Aim 'em and claim 'em. How you doing, man? How's everything? We got Texas in the house. All right, so George, I know George. Lou was being funny. All right. Joaquin, Rob, Mason Jar, Chris. So for dinner tonight, I got a text message early this afternoon from my wife, and she said, "I'm ready for some more salmon." So my wife, for the month of March, has been pretty much eating as a pescatarian. So fish, seafood, no beef, chicken, or pork. For the most part, no beef, chicken, or pork. So she says, I'm ready for some salmon. Okay, cool. I'm like, I like going to get salmon. So I went to Restaurant Depot. I picked up a 3.5. It was 3.46 pounds of salmon. It was 20 some odd bucks for this fillet of salmon, a whole fillet. And I put it out on the Traeger, 250 degrees. I don't even know how long it took. I stuck a little probe in there. Once it got close, I just went out there and checked it, and that was that. Brought that inside, put it in the oven on keep warm, so 140 degrees. And then we had some pasta left over, right? So I boiled some water and I kind of warmed up and softened the pasta. We had some crab meat and we had an Alfredo sauce. So I put the pasta, once I warmed it up, in some water in a pan with the Alfredo sauce, with the crab meat. Then I also did some asparagus. Cut it up like in the thirds, and some butter and a little bit of water. Steamed those off, sauteed them, seasoned them up. But it was good. It was delicious. It was very, very, very good. So dinner tonight, I wish I had the video camera. James, exactly, from Aim 'em and Claim 'em. Yeah, buddy. Ken, man, it's not a latest one. He said those lobster tails are looking good. Ow, man. Would you rather rush the end temp of a brisket or rush the rest time? I'd rather rush the rest time. Because I don't know, like, I feel like I can, like, there have been times when I've had to kind of do both. So let's say it's noon and I need to deliver somewhere at 2. Usually, no capers. I almost added some capers, but I don't really need capers. Nah, Ken, you don't have to have capers all the time. Plus, capers to me, capers are... if the salmon is seasoned well enough, then you don't need any capers. Usually capers on lox are just like a salmon that's just cold smoked with no other additional seasoning. Then yeah, banging. But let's see. I'd much rather rush the rest time, because if I try to hurry up and rush the cook, then the brisket might not be done well enough, in my opinion. So I can get away with, as opposed to the brisket resting for 2 hours, it resting for an hour, or 45 minutes, and then me needing to slice it up before I need to leave the house an hour before before I need to take the food to wherever I need to take it. So hopefully that makes sense. Jay says he likes faux brisket. A whole brisket would be too much for him. Dude, I completely understand. Nah, man. Again, to me, I'd rather rush the rest because, like, I can rest it on the counter. One of the other things, too, I never rest anything inside of a cooler. To me, I was talking to someone last week or 2 weeks ago, and they said that they had a problem with their brisket being dried out after they sliced it. Then I asked him exactly what he was doing, how he sliced it, and he said he always sliced it when it was hot. I'm like, you can't slice it when it's hot. The juices and everything haven't had time to redistribute into the in and around the brisket. So as soon as you slice it, all the juices run away. To me, if I slice a brisket while it's hot, that's gonna be the same thing. So if I rest the brisket in a cooler, it's not actually cooling, it's still going to be hot. All those juices are going to run away. I grilled some salmon on the Weber with the barbecue spice from grill mates and brown sugar. I saw somebody did some salmon the other day. It looked a little too dark for me. But usually whenever you have dark food, that means there's too much smoke or too much heat. So I don't like to say that. That's what's up, Jay. Alright, never rush a brisket. I already rushed a brisket. Shoot, I know, I already know. I know, Ken. I understand. Well, Ken, I guess I answered that question or that, sarcasm correctly. Fat Boy Dre, nothing much, man. How you doing? Oh, hopefully, hopefully, I'll put it in the cooler after I let it cool. Tend it for like 45 minutes to an hour, so we can keep it warm. Yep, that works. That works. James, why are you yelling, dog? Take off the caps. I'm old school, man. All caps is yelling. Oh, coaches, Pitt. How you doing, man? So you cover it and you warm it back up low and slow. So it depends on what I'm cooking and how far in advance I've cooked it. So if I'm cooking brisket, I can sometimes slice it up and then I will go ahead and put the put the slices in the refrigerator in a full pan or half pan, cover it up tightly. And then when I go to reheat it, I'm just reheating it in the oven at 300 degrees for about an hour. And then once it's ready, I don't open up. I don't keep looking at it. That's when you dry it out. When you open it up, all of that moisture, all of those juices they're gonna render out from the brisket again. You think it's done, it's dried out, everything. You're gonna pull juices off of it. Now I also do separate the jus off of the brisket, the fat and the jus off of the brisket once it is, or to help promote cooling. So once it is cooled, I will either put it away whole, like if I have an event that's, let's say, 2 days away, or if I'm cooking in advance. So let's say I have a cook that I'm doing for Saturday and then I have to deliver some food on Monday. I won't actually slice up that brisket. I'll leave it partial, or I'll slice up the portion that I need, and then prior to doing the event, I will slice that out. So let's say that event, the next event is Monday or Sunday afternoon. I will slice it up prior to that event and then warm it up. Again, wrapped tightly. And then once I get to the event, I will take some of the juices that were rendered away, and I'll pour those on top once I get there. Coach's Pit, what's going on? I've separated a point from the flat to get a quicker. No, George, I have not. Oh man, you don't have to. You don't need the comment to stand out. It's it's just tight, man. But Lou, that's exactly it, man. I don't, like I said, I'm old school computer, man. You start talking in all caps. Trust me, your comment's gonna stand out, James, because everybody knows who you are. Never smoked salmon. Always scared this grill will smell like fish. Nah. Sean, if you're scared your grill is gonna smell like fish after you cook salmon, then just let it burn it off. It's just like, just let it self clean. Let it run real hot for a few minutes afterwards. But I've never had a problem. Now, one of the things, I've talked about this in the past, when I do salmon, and if you do or did look at my Instagram post, you'll see that the salmon is actually on a piece of aluminum foil folded in half. And that is just for ease of being able to take it on and off of the grill or smoker. So that also will help in alleviating some of the remnants that are left on your grill, because everything is coming off of it. Now, if there is any juices or anything that drips down into the grill, really all you have to do is heat it up really good and it'll burn it all off. Smoke a picnic ham, cut the meat off. Need to go over for ham stock. One of the stocks is done. Yeah, we talked about your bean soup before, Ken. Fat Boy Dre, I've talked about the fact that I don't actually like doing any sort of injections. Only time injections to me are worth it or necessary is when you are competing, and I'm not that big of a fan of competition. So make sure. Yeah, Swig and Smoke, man. There's nothing like, one of those things when you're cooking with wood, you are tempted to add 4 pieces of wood. So you're like, oh, if I add 4 pieces, then it'll go for like another hour, hour and a half. But when you do that, your fire can run away from you. So you really just need to add your 2 splits or 3 splits as opposed to 4 splits or 5 splits. Again, been there trying to get an extra half an hour nap. Definitely know what you mean. My daughter, like, Yep, that broke. I have reheated brisket with the Anova Sous Vide as well. And it's pretty awesome. P. Adams. Yep. Place it on foil, makes it for easy on and easy off. You're absolutely right. For a fishy smell, kill it. Kill it with fire. Yes, indeed. Benji, I put it depends. Probably 85% of the time, I put rub on right before I'm cooking. Or actually, I start the smoker, I come back in the house, I season everything. Whew. Oh man, we don't want to talk about my pet peeves because I'll probably lose followers. There are things that I remember. I talked to you guys about how a lot of times I don't watch other people who do barbecue. For that reason, because I start wanting to nitpick, and again, there's a difference between how I do things and how I would like things done, and then how I see other people do things. And I don't want to come off as a jerk on certain things, but if you guys want to unleash that beast, I can definitely tell you. East Coast Tony, how you doing, man? I didn't want to skip over that, but woo, get me talking about pet peeves as far as barbecue. Wow. All right, so Benji, I think I started to answer your question. I start the fire, I season the meat. Once the meat is seasoned, usually the fire is ready, then I can start cooking. Now, if I know that I have a lot of food to season, a lot of food to cook, I might season it slightly ahead of time. So like maybe the day before, but I don't always do that. rub really can dry out the outer portion of the meat. It is more of an issue with thin areas and leaner meats. Okay. Lou says his number one pet peeve is when time is left blinking on the microwave. I'm usually the guy that pulls it at 1 second or as soon as it's like that first beep. Anybody on a Pit Boss pellet smoker? Debating if you should save or go with the trigger. I've seen a lot of good things about the Pit Bosses and the Green Mountain GMG pellet smokers. If you had a food truck, would you hire someone to tend the fire or just help you sell the meat the next day? Most likely just help me sell the meat the next day. But you'd be pretty daggone surprised how yeah, I think I would. That's hard because it depends on how reliable or how easy it would be for someone to come and be able to help cook. Brandon, I know, man, it has been a while. I appreciate you though, man. I'm still watching you on Instagram, so you know. I understand, Lou. All right, so Ken says barbecue pet peeves: rain, snow, wet, unseasoned wood. Questions about time. Wifey not ready to leave after. Yep. I've been up all night fixing the food, cutting in a portion of the food. It makes us late. We're not going to talk about that because my wife sometimes watches these. All right, so Deb Brooks says, when adding the rub the night before, do you have any problems with the rub sticking to the meat? I did once, and my bark ended up being pretty poor, and it didn't wrap until it was 170. Well, I guess you're talking about, or I hope you're talking about brisket, and I don't necessarily wrap in a specific time or a specific internal temperature. It's just, you know, I can kind of look at it and I'm like, all right, it looks right. Once it starts to get that mahogany color, it depends on, and it depends on which smoker I'm using, how fast it's running. I don't always necessarily hit a specific temperature. There are just certain times where I'm like, all right, it's been out there long enough. I'm gonna pull it inside the house, especially if I only have like a small cook going. But again, this leads me back into patience. You know, do you wait until it hits 170 degrees? Because I can tell you, if you're waiting until you hit 170 degrees, you're probably drying it out a little bit more, and your bark is probably going to suffer. Only reason I say that is because I know I have somebody that gets lamb for me, and I told you guys about this person before. They want lamb, and they want extra au jus. So in order for me to capture extra au jus, that means I need to wrap it up earlier, which means it's not going to get as much smoke, and they're okay with that. And then at the same time, they also want me to cook it a little more done. So, you know, I know that, okay, I need to wrap it up half an hour, 45 minutes sooner than I would typically. So maybe you might want to try wrapping it up at a lower temperature or wrapping it up in a faster amount of time and seeing if your bark is any better. Brandon, I think I did, dude. When you upgraded your pot, I think you said you could get like 150 or 200 pounds of that corned beef, or excuse me, that hash out at a time. Ken said it's all good. He's faster than his wife. He'll be safe. That's what's up. P. Adams never used parchment paper. I actually prefer aluminum foil because I like to capture those juices. And I also put them in pans because my smokers are so far away from my house. And I've talked about this in the past. I put food in the pans because it makes it easier for me to transport back and forth to my house. Like if I had like a 10-foot run, or like if I was walking from the side of my house to into the kitchen, then I probably would use something else. But because I have probably about a 200-foot walk, 300 feet walk, yeah. Da, da, da. Calibus says, how do your digital thermometers work? I have long-range digital thermometers. They work, I guess, radio frequency. They're a little more expensive. Well, they're not a little more. They're more expensive. I mean, you're looking between $50 and $70, but they're worth it because I can use them to monitor things, you know, that are almost 300 feet away from my house. Swig and Smoke said he had terrible trouble keeping his brisket warm when serving outside. If you're having trouble keeping your brisket warm, then you're gonna need to have like an additional sterno or additional warmers or something like that. Also, try to keep it covered as much as you can. I know what you mean. I had an issue years ago. I did this event in Baltimore. There's a football game, you know, like a rivalry, high school rivalry football game, and I went and I started my sternos, like I brought the food warm, and I started the sternos prior to the game. The game was like an hour and some change, hour and a half, and I had 2 hour sternos, so the food was getting cold. So I completely understand. Jay, that works for tri-tip, but it doesn't work for brisket, man. I tell you, cook another chicken stew this weekend for 300 to 315 quarts. Gosh, dude. Ken, that's a good you know, good thing, man. Parchment paper is a love-hate thing. He said he loved it for cookies in the oven, hates it on the smoker. Embers and parchment equal fire and a nasty taste. Well, I guess you would also have to, it would depend on the type of smoker you have. For the most part, my smokers, I'm pretty cool with that. Pretty cool with embers, rather. I wouldn't have a problem. I don't have any direct fires or direct fireboxes. 4J's checking in. That's what's up. Deb Brooks says he wish he lived closer to me. He would love to cook on Vicky with me. He likes that cooker. Shoot, I do too. Trust me. You'd be surprised, Ken. The thermometer, the long range thermometers, and if you look in the description of majority of the videos, I have a link for long range thermometers that are on Amazon. You can get 300 feet, and they're worth every penny, man, because I use them. All right, well, Jay, when you are ready for brisket, hit me up offline, and we will definitely talk, sir. I will level your game up without you even having to start playing. Eric, oh my gosh, Eric Angton, man, it's been a while. Swig and Smoke says Costco is selling Prime at $3.29 right now. What's the price for me up there? It's hovering about. Well, I don't get Prime, I get Choice. It's about $3.25, $3.50 for the Choice briskets I get. But I don't know, and that's probably because I'm only getting one unit, 2 units. If I were to get a case, which is 61 pounds plus, I think it's closer to $3. P. Adams says, I'm trying to learn to smoke like a champ. He said he'll help for free. When or if I get to that point, you know, just keep your eye out, because I'm not above asking for help. Oh, no worries, Eric, man. Shoot. if I didn't feel like I was gonna let you guys down by not doing these live streams and not putting up videos and other things like that, I probably would be dropping off from time to time too. Shoot. Oh, hold on one second. Let me go check right now. All right, so Jay, I know I told you that I was going to check, and I did check. So let me just double check. So, 2XL. 2XL. Small. Large. Small. 3X. And a 5X. That is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shirts left. All right, again, I have a 2XL, two 2XLs, a 3XLs, 2 smalls, a 5X, and shoot, 3, and a large. All right. Yeah. I thought about trying to do like another pre-order, but I don't know. All right, let's see. Sorry, Jay, I forgot to get back to you, but I did look and I realized I didn't have any. Ken says Wi-Fi is up to 300 meters, but Wi-Fi is up to 300 meters line of sight. So that would mean you would have to have your Wi-Fi antenna like in a window directly at the other device that's trying to reach it. Where my router is actually right above where I'm sitting, and there are 1, 2, 3 walls before you get to the exterior of the house, and then there's another wall out in the garage. The signal is just not that strong. So in my particular instance, the Wi-Fi did not work. I can't. Swig and Smokers in Dallas, Fort Worth. But yeah, it's too far away for Wi-Fi. That's what's up, Armando. Thanks, man. Ken says he has withdrawals when he misses it. Can I show you an extra large? XXL. Okay. It's gonna be, well, I'll just roll it back up. No worries. All right, let's see here. I mean, I like the 5XL only because I don't like young looking shirts. So, though I don't need a 5XL, I like the bigger size for when it gets washed and things like that. So I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to immediately worry about it shrinking. Like, I can't stand that. Let's see. Nah, my neighbors don't come over. A couple of my neighbors know what I do. And they pretty much, we talk about it if I see them, but they don't usually come over and stop by. Can you get a shirt with Bessie? I don't have any shirts with Bessie on her. Nice, Brandon. That's what's up. I know we talked earlier. Said you, it was talking about a restaurant in town. No, I don't smoke in joggers. I do not smoke in joggers at all. Well, that's what's up. A lot of folks from Dallas, Fort Worth, in the house. Jay, I think you're. Go to Hutchinson's barbecue. Jay. So, if you want an extra large, hit me up offline. Instagram is usually the pretty easiest way to get in touch with me, only because you can send direct messages. So, and we can talk about it because I'll make sure I get. All right. Well, if you take care of it now, then I will send it out tomorrow. I'll send it out in the morning. I'll try. Swiggy and Smoke Armando. It's Armando, right? Armando says, "What's a famous barbecue place up there?" It's not really barbecue. It's a grill spot. Chaps Pit Beef is one of the bigger places here. Oh, Kevin. All right, I'm sorry. Who is Armando? There's somebody else Armando, but I'll try to remember that. No guarantees. All right, Kevin. I know you probably get that all the time. That broke says, I hear you. He said he wears a 3XL. Nothing worse than the pitmaster belly flopping out when you're reaching in the smoker door. Sure enough. All right, so one of the more famous, and the problem is in Baltimore as far as barbecue, there really isn't much. There's a couple people that are doing it on trailers and things like that. Between trailers and trucks, but yeah. But there's a guy, Bob. Bob is does pit beef out of oh my god, I just said it, out of Chaps. So Chaps is pretty good. It's pretty legit. And but the thing is, like, I would like my meat to be seasoned. One of the things I found, and one of the things is, I won't say off-putting, but it's just different about pit beef, is you have to add stuff to it. I want the meat already to be seasoned, and that's one of the things that my wife and I had a problem with for a while. Joaquin, Myron Mixon just actually opened up a barbecue spot in DC. Excuse me, and then also Oklahoma Joe's. So any of you guys who are from Kansas City or around Kansas City, Oklahoma Joe's opened up a Oklahoma Joe's in Northern Virginia, but they stopped calling it Oklahoma Joe's, and now it's called like District Barbecue or something like that. Or and then the one in DC, the Myron Mixon's one, or there is one is called like District Smokehouse or something. But yeah. Blues Pits? Where is that? P. Adams, you are absolutely correct. And I try not to talk down or bad about folks, but some of the folks that are doing barbecue, yeah, it's not really that. Dang, It said no parking lot, no tables, no inside. Wow. You order at a window and it comes in a paper bag. Jeez. Mm-mm-mm. Did you guys, how many of you guys are following or subscribed to Alton and the Dogfather Barbecue? Just type, Dog Pound down there. He actually went to a spot and it seemed like it was pretty good. It was at Louis Barbecue or something like that. But it's one of those things. Joaquin, all right. So you saw his interview. Ken says Dog Pound, all right. Tom says Dog Pound. I saw your comment, Tom. Joaquin, I think I saw your comment too. But I mean, I'm so looking forward. All right, East Coast Tony. I'm so looking forward to traveling. Like, I want to go somewhere and like destination for barbecue. Like, usually my family we usually go down to Myrtle Beach. All right, Eric. Hey, yo, buddy, how you doing, sir? Come to Dallas, man. As an Eagles fan, I'm gonna just leave it at that. Jack is so funny. He said, Jack, hold on, time out. I want to say hi to Jack and Betty. All right, guys, I just want to say thank you for watching. All right, so he said, if Oklahoma Joe's cook on their smokers and it turns out like his, that restaurant will be closed down. That's hilarious. Jerry Brown, Georgia. Where in Georgia are you, sir? What's the most aggravating you've got with the cook? What happened? Oh man. All right, so you know what? Like, I'm trying to think of a recent time when I was just frustrated to no end, but I've been doing this for quite a while. Like, I thought about it the other day. I officially launched my business January of 2014. So you figure I've been at this for 5 years now. Just like at this for 5 years. I've seen a lot. I've done a lot. One of the times I was most frustrated, it wasn't with the cook, it was with the people. Usually the cooks don't get me mad. The people get me mad. Or there are times when I'll have some stubborn couple splits and they just won't light, or I can't get a fire started or something along those lines. But in the beginning, and actually this is probably, no, because it was a drum. So I guess in the beginning, before I kind of officially launched everything, it was like the Thanksgiving before. So Thanksgiving 2013 or around, I had a turkey that I had on one of the original drum, the number one drum, and I could not get it. Excuse me, I could not get the drum to come up to temperature. That was when I realized that in order for me to get more heat into the smoker, I needed to get more air. And it was a learning experience. But after that, man, I've kind of like figured almost everything out, and or I just know, okay, I don't have time to be messing with this, or I don't have enough wood to be messing with that. But I can also tell you that Bernadette has been bugging me. Like, the fact that I've owned that smoker for a year now and I have not mastered it is just a indication that I don't want to frustrate myself. Like, I know I can do better. I know I can have better. So yeah. Jesse James, hi, how you doing? All right, Ken, I'll keep that in mind. All right, Jerry, that's what's up. uh, Deadhead Barbecue says Wisconsin is well known for their cheese. Now, for any place saying it is barbecue, it's probably just crock pot ribs and reheated Sam's brisket. Wow. Brandon says he went to Memphis a few years ago and ate at an underground barbecue restaurant called Rendezvous. Also ate at Marlowe's near Graceland. All right, cool. R.A. in Rendezvous. I'm just giving you grief. Marlowe's is good. Nice. I got a. All right, Kevin. Thanks for sharing. Jesse James. All right, so I'll tell you what. Brisket is what got me cooking. Definitely. Brisket is definitely what got me cooking. But my favorite things to cook now currently are salmon and lamb. Like hands down. Salmon is, the reason why I like cooking those things is because they are quick cooks. The thing that I hate smoking, chicken wings. Chicken wings are not the longest thing to cook, but they are tedious. You have to lay them out, arrange them on the smoker, right? Then they smoke naked for however long. Then you put sauce on put sauce on side one. Flip them over. Put sauce on side two. Continue letting them smoke. They're just tedious. Joke saying the barbecue is still cooking and that the restaurant is already closed. Hey, flip your meat, man. You know what? Some people get it and some people don't. Like, there are people that just understand that it takes time. Now, I will tell you this. The better you get at doing reverse math to figure out when you need to start, and when I say when you need to start, we're not just talking about when you need to start cooking. We're talking about when you need to start your fire, when you need to start your seasoning, when you need to start all of those things. All right. Jay, that's what's up. Somebody's driving. Walking past. All right. Jay, I appreciate that, man. Definitely. Jesse James, I would love to, but there are, I see it, Jay. All right. I'm not going to put you out there with the full govy or anything, but I see you, JC. All right. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Oh, Sean, man, I understand. Shoot, I don't even know how. Well, I just kept trying. That's really it. It was when my kids were younger, my sons were younger, before my daughter was born. So it was when my sons were younger, and I won't say I had the time, but they weren't in sports or anything extracurricular just yet. So I still had the ability to do things like brisket stuff. Ken, have a good evening, man. Thank you very much. So, Jesse, I'd love to open a restaurant, and because opening a restaurant in Maryland is, I won't say easier, but opening a restaurant it comes with less hassle than a food truck or a trailer does. Crispy salmon. Huh. Crispy salmon. Jay, you didn't miss much. Ooh, ooh. All right, so I'm trying to think. Kabayu, no, Kabulus, Kabulus. Tell me how I'm supposed to say that. Just like phonetically spell it out for me, because I hate not getting it right. Kabulus, Kabalus, Kabalus probably. Anyway, Kabayulu. Just like, can I just call you Caillou? Fabulous. Cabulous. Alright. Cabulous. Hey, P. Thank you very much, Mr. Adams, for hanging out. I definitely greatly appreciate it. So cab will work. Alright. Uh-oh. What do you mean wife is home? So you can't be on the internet anymore because wife is home? You gotta get off the phone. You gotta, I don't know. Anyway, Cab. All right, so Cab asked a good question. Or not even a good question. He says, the better you get with your prep, the more efficient and better cook you become. So, like, I try and get my kids to understand that. They have a habit of being in the way or being in my way while I'm cooking. I try to get different things done and other things like that, and they just are in the way. All right, you know what, Jay? I think I'm going to get your, wait to rock my shirt and debate on where to put the sticker. Yeah, buddy, let's see here. Jay, I am going to hook you up, sir. Definitely. I'm going to have your stuff wrapped up, ready to go. So in the morning. Hey, man, I greatly appreciate it. Really, I do. All right, so I'm going to take care of your stuff in the morning. Jesse, no, I am not. I've talked about it in the past. I use a combination of things that you can buy off the shelf. Those companies have made or invested millions of dollars in those rubs and other things like that. And I found a combination of something I can get off the shelf that I like. So, yeah. Nah, man, Jay, don't worry about it. Look, Jay, I just appreciate the fact that you come and you hang out with us. I won't say every week, but you definitely hang out with me. You are definitely one of the first folks to comment on the videos, and I'm greatly appreciative. Really, I am. So, before I forget, tomorrow's video is, this has just been a video I've been kind of saving. Tomorrow's video is of me in the Porsche Museum when I was in Germany. So, how many of you guys remember I went to Germany last year? Just like comment G down below. Any of you guys here? Any of you guys here remember the fact that I was in Germany last year? All right. Tom says he remembers. Dead Brook Barbecue. Benji remembers. So, if you guys remember, Joaquin says he remembers. If you guys remember back to when I got back from Germany, I told you that I went to the Porsche Museum and I was going to take the footage and then edit it, and it is now 6 months later. Yep, in October. Yes, I sure did, Lou. See, this is why we are friends, Lou, because not only did you remember that I was in Germany in October, You remember that I got up at it was 3 o'clock in the morning in order to live stream at 9 p.m. Eastern. That boom, dude, like for real. Jack says he remembers. Sean says he remember. Yo, the Hefeweizen at the airport, man, dang. So tomorrow, I am going to well, it's actually already. You know what? I don't know if the links aren't. Excuse me. You can't. Let's see here. Video manager. That's what's up, Lou. I appreciate that. Oh man, I really like you guys. Seriously, like I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I really do. I know I say that all the time, but it's true. It really is true. Come on. Send me some beer. What? Que te pasa yourself, bangoso broso? Alright. I did not try horse meat. Fortunately for me, I did not try horse meat. So, if you guys want to, there you go. Oh yeah, buddy. The link is hot. You can take that link right there. And if you guys want to open up a new window or watch the video, you can. So as a little thank you from me to you for hanging out, there is the video from when I went to Germany and was at the Porsche Museum. Definitely pretty awesome. I had a good time in or at the museum. I wish, man. I'm still at 8,700. Though I am watching for, when I get to 10,000. Wow. Bongo Sabroso. Pitmaster X from Netherlands. Show how to grill snake and kangaroo. You know what? I don't knock anybody, man. Jesse James, possibly mid-April. And definitely, other countries eat different things. You're absolutely right there, bro. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Alright, so I got some water, but I also got a piece of scrapple. I smoked some scrapple this afternoon. Oh my gosh. Alright, that broke. Let's talk about that since you asked about it. So, yesterday, I was saying I got some scrapple. I smoked some scrapple this afternoon. I had some scrapple I got when I was in Philly this past weekend, and I wondered how it would taste to smoke. So, I do taste a hint of smoke on it, but let's talk about the camera. So, yesterday, hold on, so... Man, if I'd have thought about it, I probably would have gotten a loaner from a camera shop. Alright. So, talking about my camera. So, yesterday was March 19th. I sent the camera back February 19th for it to be repaired. So, I'm sorry. I need a scrapple here. Alright, so alright, hold on one second. Let me go ahead and, because I have it scheduled to go tomorrow. Let me edit this. I have to turn it back to unlisted, and then you can see it early. Sorry about that, Tom. Absolutely right. Yes, I do have 1.9 million channel views. Video views. I'm sorry. Here, actually, I'll copy and paste the link again. All right, try it now. It should work for you guys. Jesse James, that was me just looking at one. If it would have worked out as far as being able to buy it, then I would have. But I'm not rushing anything. Alright, so the camera. Sorry, I hit the table. Yesterday was March 19th. I contacted Square Trade, who is where the warranty was through. And yesterday, I was just like, you know what? I was just like, all right, you know what? It's been a month. And I'm kind of frustrated with you guys and this whole situation. I need some answers now. So I called yesterday morning, spoke to someone, and they said, oh, your camera is supposed to be sent out this afternoon. I said, listen, I'm tired of empty promises and being told it's coming out this day and told it's coming out that day. I want to speak to someone else. I want to elevate or escalate this situation. So the guy said, okay, I'll take your name and number, and someone will call you back this afternoon. Not this afternoon. He said in a few hours. So someone calls me back. Person calls me back and he says, oh, he gets my information and he says, oh, he said, I see that you sent your camera in on February 19th. Yes. I see that it's been almost an entire month since we've had it. Yes. And I'm like, listen, I really would like some communication. If you guys are telling me that the camera is going to be there for, when I originally sent it in, they said, oh, it'll be there for 3 to 5 days before it gets sent back. And then it'll take another 3 to 5 days to get to you. And then it'll be repaired, and then that's it. So after a week and a half, I don't have my camera. I called. When I called the first time, I said, oh, we're so sorry that we haven't gotten back to you. Now, mind you, this was like Friday. They said, your camera will be sent out on Thursday. Okay. I'll wait until Thursday. Thursday comes and goes. I don't have my camera on Tuesday, yesterday. So I call again. When I call again, that's when I'm like, I want this escalated to someone else. I'm tired of talking to you tier 1 folks. I want to know what's going on with my camera. And the person is like, oh, we see we've had the camera for a month. Yes. at this point, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and issue you a check for a refund. Hold on, time out. Y'all, after me calling and complaining, now all of a sudden, you're going to issue me a check? I'm like, y'all could have issued me a check 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. They said, oh, well, we had to try to repair the camera first before we could issue you a refund, all of those things. So now, at this point, I'm still waiting for, well, now I have to wait for the check. But I'm going to be ordering the newer, nicer camera that I wanted. I've been looking at this camera for like 3 months now. So I'm looking forward to it. William, how you doing? A slight hint of smoke. Yep. Basically. Man, I have to. I've been without that camera for a month. I have not filmed anything. Well, I take that back. The video I filmed on or put up on Tuesday, I filmed on Monday afternoon. And that was just straight out of necessity. I was, thank goodness, and this is one of the things I tell you guys, I try to have videos done a week to a week and a half in advance, so that in case something happens or I don't feel like filming, I can. It's a Sony camera. Let's see here. I like the Sony point and shoot cameras. Give me a second. It's a 4K camera too. Jack, you're funny. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you. I've been thinking about that. A6400, man, you might as well get a A7 III, whatever it is. Give me number, I need number 23. The 917. The Sous. You don't know when you see it. John, I just want to tell you thank you, sir, for always hanging out. I guess a 64, is it a 6400 Mark III? Is the newest one? That hit the spot. Oh man, that scrapple. Goodness. I'll be back. I'm getting another piece of scrapple. There's nothing wrong with using the iPhone. Scrapple is my coworker basically says Scrapple is what they won't even put in hot dogs. But I did smoke it. Put it out on the smoker, and so there is a piece of the inside and there's a piece of the outside. You can see it actually does have a little bit of color on it. Everything but the oink. So, this is beef scrapple, by the way. But he wants to know what is that you're eating. You've never heard of it. Scrapple. Scrapple is it's a Pennsylvania Dutch thing. An Amish thing. It's definitely a mid-Atlantic thing. And once you can't get it, it's not like Spam, all right? But it does come in a brick, but it's not like Spam. It's slightly gelatinous, but it's seasoned differently. What, Brandon? Holy heck. I need some of that. Right? Brandon, the P.O. box is down below. Wow. Cab, I'd use pre-made stuff because that's what I built my business on. And the reason why, or one of the reasons why I use pre-made stuff is because I want it to be consistent every time. Lou, get you some, this is Habersat beef scrapple. You see I'm tearing it up and it's cold. It's kind of like head cheese, Deborah. Caden, how you doing, sir? You come to talk smack about my Ford? D. Tori, how you doing? Brandon, that's what's up, man. Wow, I need to go to a pawn shop. Sorry, I'm eating my scrapple here. I smoked some scrapple along with the salmon earlier. Hey, Lou. Have a good one. Party time, I'm pretty sure I do. I've smoked salmon in the past. Alright, so Jerry says he tried to smoke on his Weber Smoky Mountain with the hanging rack and he couldn't control the fire. Any suggestions? If you haven't or are not using a water pan, I suggest using that. If you Let's see, what else? What else could you? Maybe add less charcoal. The more charcoal you have, the bigger the fire can get, and it can run away from you. Hey Joaquin, have a good one. Yeah, buddy. Okay, that's what's up. Tom, it is an acquired taste. Well, Jerry, there's your problem. If your water pan can't fit, then the temperature is going to be too high, and it's going to run away from you. Jay, shoot. It's 10:25, man. Greg, I'm not a fan of those controllers and such. PBC, is that the pit boss or pit barrel cooker? Yeah, PBC is pit barrel. Yeah, Caden Light Tripe. And you spelled it correctly. Nope. Caden, it's one of those things where it's all up here. If someone says you can eat it, try it. Tripe doesn't have very much flavor. Tripe is going to be with whatever. Tripe is going to taste like whatever it is cooked in and or with. Yeah. Turnaround barbecue. We were talking about patience while cooking. Though, we're an hour and a half in. Usually we really only talk about the topic for the first hour. I put this in the freezer, and can you see? It froze up a little bit. Orion cooker? Nope. I think I've heard of that lute fish or whatever it's called. Basically, it's in a can, and the people I've seen eating it vomit as soon as they open up the can. I'm good. What? Caden, hold on. There's one town cop in this town, and a drunk driver hit the only cop in the town. What? Yeah, that is horrible. Jay, smoke spam. Why not? That is karma. You're absolutely right, Tom. Absolutely right. That's what you get for driving drunk. I gotta get the ice out of the bottom of my Pellegrino. So I'm gonna cut the bottle. Forgive me. People drink and drive. My remember the glass is warm. Got it all. Mm. Mm. Well, go Brussels, man. Plug your phone in. Look, you need to get a battery pack charger. I said I plug my phone in when I do these live streams so I can make sure my phone does not die. Though I'm good though. Deb Brooks says you call it jellyfish, and this stuff here is really real cod flakes. Oh goodness. Put my feet up. Get comfortable. Though I need to move the phone a little closer so I can read your comments. I don't have my glasses on. Alright, so if you haven't already, please do hit that like button. There are 28 of you guys here. I know there were more than 28 of you guys here. But if you haven't already, please hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. Detoria says, I'm going to smoke a boneless leg of lamb. What temp and wood do you suggest? Lamb is a little gamey, so you don't really have to worry about the wood. But I would not, I mean, same thing as like if you were cooking a steak, medium, it's about 140 degrees, 145 max. I wouldn't cook it past anything higher than 145 degrees max. 250, 275 degrees, you'd be golden. That's pretty much it. The little stickers? So unfortunately, that little sticker was a, when I did the first run of stickers. So the guy had helped me was a car friend, a local car friend, and he made me some of the oval stickers. Hold on. He made me some of the oval stickers, and they're not these, because these actually have the website and the Instagram. I'm sorry, if I. So the Instagram, come on, focus. The Instagram and the YouTube page, there it is. And I know it's backwards, or probably is backwards. But the whole thing is, this is the version 2 of the stickers with the website information, Instagram, and YouTube. They are all on the BRBQUE.com website. Caden, BRBQUE.com. BRBQUE.com. Nope. I don't know if, and it is not, so let's do http:// BRBQUE.com. There we go. How was it, Caden? Alright, so that link is actually clickable. There you can find where you can order the stickers. You can also order the shirts there as well. Caden, how'd you like it? But, because they were free? Yeah, William, exactly. The salad and the breadsticks are nice. I like this. I like specific soups, but you can't go wrong with the salad. Mm. It said he filled up on breadsticks. So, Jack, order one additional sticker, and I'll send you some of the small ones. All right. I'll send you a couple of them, and I'll send you some updated ones. All right. And yeah, you guys are OG supporters because you got some that don't have that. So that was V1. Version 1 didn't have, and they're when you get the new ones, they're different. Definitely different, and yeah. That's right. It is on point. Caden, or Jay, rather, I'm sorry. Alright. So Loki says, patience. How about when that fire isn't burning right? So unfortunately, we have all been there where you just cannot get that fire to burn correctly. Either is it too hot or is it too cold? Which one is it? Caden, that's hilarious. Yeah, Jack, just order one, all right, and then I got you. Trust me. All right. BRBQUE.com. Definitely. And thank you. Jason, he took his daughter to the Los Angeles Zoo. Talk about having patience. Man, the good thing about being close to DC is the DC Zoo is free. The bad thing about going to DC or going to the DC Zoo, the DC Zoo, when you walk in, you're at the top of a hill. So you're walking downhill to get to all of the exhibits. The problem is when you get to the end of the exhibit, you gotta walk back up that hill. Or, yes, you guessed it, you can pay to take a shuttle or a ferry, not a ferry, but like a tram back up to the top of the hill. It's the same thing with the Baltimore Zoo, but of course the Baltimore Zoo is not free because it's not a Smithsonian thing and blah, 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 blah. But, yeah, we took my wife's nieces to the DC Zoo years ago, and I vowed to never go back. I was like, man, this is some bull. I walk all the way down to the bottom of the hill, and then we get to the bottom of the hill, it's like a dead end. And then you're like, oh, hey, the exit is that way. That way. And they're like, Kurt, you know what? I think we found parking on the street. So I think I was golden. Like, I searched around and searched around. I think I found like 3 hour or 4 hour parking on the street. I refuse to spend that much money parking in the DC Zoo. You can't take a Uber, Caden. It doesn't work that way. And this was before Uber was popular. $21 for parking. Forget that, Kurt. Huh. Oh, man. Yep. Yes, it is, Tom. thank you very much for paying your taxes. Because the zoos, or actually all of the museums in DC, are free. So whenever you want to come down, just all you gotta do is drive to my house. I'll drive the last leg, and we can go to the museums. A lot of the museums are actually pretty cool. The last museum I went to was the African American Museum of History. I think is what it's called, or African American History Museum. It was pretty dope. The monkey butt vendor. What? Gerald, how you doing? Shoot, we got about 20 more minutes. And I'm going to close my eyes. Jeez, Kirk, $8 hot dogs. Oh my goodness. $8 hot, can you, man. Hey, Spanky, what's good, man? How you doing? Howdy, howdy, howdy yourself. You coming in here all tardy talking about howdy from Texas. Are you watching from the beginning? Caden said the beer at Disney World was $15 a glass. Wow. Caden, you shouldn't be drinking. Kirk says he hears that they're changing up the dinosaur exhibits at the Smithsonian. Well, Kirk, I mean, for you, it's probably easier for you to get to DC than it is to get to Baltimore. I say go to DC, where at least the exhibits are free, even if it costs you $25 to park. Man, y'all better hit every single Smithsonian museum while you're there. All right, Caden. Trust me, the traffic in New York is worse than the traffic in DC by far. I'm gonna be coming up there again in May, of course, going on that fishing trip that I go on. And my father-in-law was like, "Oh yeah, we can leave, Philly about 5 a.m." No, we're gonna leave Philly at 3. He said, "Why we leave so early?" Because I want to get across the George Washington Bridge by 5 a.m. We're not going fishing until, the afternoon. I want to get across the George Washington Bridge by 5 a.m. There's no way I want to be driving across the George Washington Bridge any later than 5 a.m. I want to be in and through New York with 0 problems. Yeah. Kirk, I already know. You didn't say nothing but a word. Spanky, everybody does, man. Shoot, my wife is notorious for bringing a big purse, and we have, man, growing up as a kid, my grandmother we used to pop popcorn and take the bags of popcorn in the movies. Talk about good times. Big Reggie Reg, what's up, man? Shoot, he said he smoked 2 rump roasts. All right, rump roast, rump roast, huh? Caden, that's hilarious, man. Oh, all right. Well, that's what's up, Jay. Gerald says he went to Rudy's last Sunday. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I miss Rudy's. Rudy's is actually what got me started cooking. I couldn't get Rudy's. I couldn't get brisket like that when I got back to Baltimore. Tyler says he took a vacation through New York and DC this past summer. Traffic sucked, but it was an experience to see the sights. Yes, indeed, I can imagine. Good thing about the zoo, you can bring your own cooler. Ah. Well, that's what's up, Jay. Exactly. Cheesecake Factory. Man, were you overwhelmed with the menu options at the Cheesecake Factory? D. Torrey says, gonna lend his cooking skills to a local nonprofit. Any suggestions on how to handle it? My suggestion would be to tell them that you will volunteer your time, but they need to pay for charcoal. They need to buy the charcoal. And then at least you're not losing any money. Because obviously they're going to, or I won't say obviously, hopefully they're going to be providing the food, or the food was donated, or you're going to need charcoal or wood, which would mean that you want to tell them, hey, the only thing I need you guys to provide is charcoal / and or wood for my cook, and then tell them you are volunteering your time. Mm-hmm. Oh, Caden, you just got real. You really got cheesecake, man. You got to sit down and eat. Uh, so I've only done a chuck roast. I think I've done them twice, just for the poor man's burnt ends. That was it. Cabulous. It was about 300 folks. But I've provided food when there has been an event where there were 500 plus people there, but I didn't have the only food there. The cooking event, or the event where I did have the only food, it was excuse me, it was 300 or so. We just got dessert. Wow. All right, Jay, I'll keep that in mind. Hey, Caden, you be easy, man. I'll be waiting for you next week to come with a Ford joke or two. Thank you so very much for popping in and hanging out. Kazim, how you doing? Kazim, I'll tell you, don't rush it. When it's time and when you're ready, you'll know, man. Definitely, for sure. Oh, let's see here. You guys are killing it. Somebody else ordered something. What? Let's see here. Todd, thank you. Appreciate that. Kazim, I know a guy. Let's put it that way. Jack, you still here? Jack, you still here? All right, Jack. Thank you. Just double checking. That broke the website for BRBQE.com. I think that's through Namecheap. And for Steel Drum Smokers, that's just a what is it? WordPress page. Brian, how you doing? We're not even gonna talk about that. Hey Kirk, thank you so very much, man, for hanging out. Definitely appreciate it. All right, Jack, I got you. I'm gonna pull it out the box right now. Oh boy. What size shirt does Betty wear? There's large, 2X, or small. You tell me. All right. Seriously, Jack, what size shirt does Betty wear? Large, a 2X, or small? That's all I have left. Done and done, Jack. Jay? All right, Kazim, thank you so very much, man, for hanging out. Kazim, where do you live? Just curious. Nah, the motors are still in, man, dude. They, like, if you... right. Done and done. Oh, Kazim, he's in Bowie, man. In Bowie all the time. I work in Lanham. I work in Lanham. Yeah. Shoot, I'm in Bowie at least once. Well, I drive through there. But is the bags? Jay, I'm not folding yours back up since you made me unfold it. But I will get those out to you guys tomorrow. Yeah, man, I work in Lanham. Shoot, I was in, where in Bowie, I guess is a better question. Yeah, well, you're not going to get to see me ship them, but I am going to write that this one is for Jay by Bowie State. Oh, all right. Shoot. Like I said, I'm in Bowie all the time. This is Jay. And this is Jack. Alright. Or should I say Govey name here? Alright. I will get those out to you. They're better, dude. They're better. Man. Nah. Jack, you don't owe me nothing. You don't owe me anything. Let's do my parents proud and actually use correct English. This one is Jet. This one is Jet. balled up. Yo. So the cheesesteaks are just as good. Brian says go to Hoagie City. Not mad at that. I like the Hoagie Factory, actually. Brian, what part of Philadelphia are you in? Because you actually said Hoagie, so I know you're from you in the city. What? Where are you? Let's see here. That's what's up, guys. Thank you so very much. Yep. Alright, let's see here. Okay, well, you said the right words, so I could tell. A few hundred. Well, nothing wrong with that, Jack. Nothing wrong with that at all. Seriously. I'm gonna hook you guys up, so thank you so very much, as always, for hanging out. I am going to be getting off the live stream soon. I really want to say thank you, like, really do appreciate it. It really does go a long way, you guys who are showing support. I guess 19 of you guys on the live stream still. If you haven't already, please do hit that like button for me, or that thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. But tonight was another successful talk. What do you guys want to talk about next week? I guess since you guys are here, enjoy, you guys who are watching that Porsche video. Definitely enjoy that. Let's see. Any comments on it so far? No? No. Alright. Thanks, Chris. Already. Couple views already, yeah. That broke. Porsche, definitely. Thanks again. No problem, man. No problem. Not a problem whatsoever. Dead Broke Barbecue. Yes, indeed, Jack. Betty, have a good one. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. Greatly appreciate you guys. Definitely. So, thank you again. As always, I will see you guys next week. Brian says, let's do it. Let's let it reverse flow upright. Jay, no worries, man. I was just signing off and telling you guys thank you for placing orders. Definitely appreciate that. So you have a great evening. If you have time, definitely check out that Porsche video. All right, well, yeah, I was gonna say, if you want, I can post another link, or post the link again so you can check it out. Copy. Yeah, before I leave, I'll post the link one last time. Oh, shoot, not a new window. Control V. All right. Thank you so very much again. I really greatly do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace.